There is a moment when life stops asking gently and starts waiting for an answer. Not an answer spoken out loud, but an answer shown through action. Days keep moving whether progress is made or not. Time keeps passing whether growth happens or not. And slowly, quietly, a truth becomes impossible to ignore. Life does not change because of what is known. Life changes because of what is done consistently. Most people feel they are busy, yet deep down they sense something is missing. They move through their days handling responsibilities, meeting expectations, and surviving schedules, but there is an inner voice that knows more is possible. Not more stress, not more pressure, more purpose, more control, more direction. That voice is not asking for everything. It is asking for one thing done well. 1 hour a day sounds small. It does not demand attention. It does not impress anyone. That is exactly why it works. It slips past excuses. It avoids overwhelm. It fits into real life. And when used with intention, it becomes one of the most powerful tools a person can ever use. This is not about hype or temporary motivation. This is about understanding how life actually responds to behavior. Growth is not dramatic. It is patient. Progress is not loud. It is steady. The future is not built in one bold move. It is built in quiet hours that most people ignore. There is something deeply empowering about realizing that change does not require permission. It does not require perfect timing. It does not require talent beyond reach. It only requires a decision to respect time and use it with care. One focused hour a day can begin rebuilding confidence, sharpening the mind, strengthening discipline, and restoring belief in what is possible. This message speaks to anyone who feels stuck, restless, or unfulfilled. Anyone who knows they are capable of more, but has not yet found a clear path forward. The path is not complicated. It is consistent. It starts small, and it grows strong. What follows is not theory. It is a way of thinking that has changed lives quietly and permanently. A reminder that ordinary days, when used wisely, create extraordinary futures. A reminder that 1 hour, used daily, can change everything. There is a quiet strength in a single hour. Not the kind of strength that makes noise or demands attention, but the kind that works in the background while the rest of the world rushes by. 1 hour does not look impressive at first glance. It slips past easily. It fits neatly between waking up and falling asleep. Yet this small piece of time holds the power to change the direction of an entire life. This is not theory. This is not wishful thinking. This is how progress actually works. Most people believe change requires a dramatic event. They wait for a perfect moment, a surge of motivation, or a major opportunity. That waiting becomes a habit. Days pass, weeks turn into years. Nothing changes because nothing new is practiced. The truth is simpler and far more encouraging. One focused hour, used well, can begin a chain reaction that never stops unless it is interrupted. An hour is approachable. It does not overwhelm the mind. It does not demand exhaustion. It asks for attention and honesty. When a person commits 1 hour a day to growth, something important happens internally. Self-respect starts to rise. Confidence grows quietly. There is a sense of control that begins to replace frustration. That feeling is real. It can be felt in the chest, in the way a person stands, in how the voice sounds when speaking to others. Consider what usually happens to spare time. It gets spent without thought. Screens glow. Noise fills the room. The body rests, but the mind drifts without direction. At the end of the day, there is often a strange tiredness mixed with regret. That feeling comes from unused potential. 1 hour of intentional effort changes that experience completely. The day ends with calm instead of regret. This hour is not about doing everything. It is about doing something meaningful. Reading a few pages that stretch the mind. Writing thoughts down and seeing them clearly for the first time. Practicing a skill slowly and with care. Reflecting on behavior and making small corrections. These actions may seem ordinary, but ordinary actions repeated daily create uncommon results. There is also something deeply personal about choosing this hour. It becomes a private agreement. No applause, no audience, just a person deciding that growth matters. That decision strengthens character. Character does not form in big moments. It forms in quiet choices made when no one is watching. Many people underestimate how much can be learned in 1 hour. Focused attention sharpens understanding. The mind becomes more alert. Distractions lose their pull. Over time, this hour trains the brain to concentrate better even outside that period. Work improves, conversations improve, decisions become clearer. All of this begins with a simple daily practice. There is a physical feeling that comes with this kind of discipline. Breathing slows, thoughts line up. The body relaxes because the mind has direction. Stress decreases not because problems disappear, but because confidence grows in the ability to handle them. That confidence is earned, not borrowed. 1 hour a day also teaches patience. Results may not show immediately. That is where many people quit. They stop just before progress becomes visible. Growth often works quietly before it shows itself. Skills develop beneath the surface. Understanding deepens. Then one day, what once felt difficult feels natural. That moment is powerful. It reinforces the habit and makes quitting less likely. This hour also creates honesty. It forces a person to face strengths and weaknesses without excuses. Improvement requires truth. Avoiding truth keeps people stuck. Facing it opens a door to change. That honesty builds courage. Courage leads to action. Action leads to results. There is no need for perfection during this hour. Progress comes from consistency, not flawlessness. Some days energy will be high, other days it will not. The hour still matters. Showing up matters. The habit becomes stronger than mood. That is a turning point in personal growth. Think about the long view. 1 hour a day becomes 7 hours a week. Over a year, that becomes hundreds of hours invested in becoming better. That amount of focused effort reshapes thinking, habits, and opportunities. Life begins to respond differently to someone who has prepared quietly over time. This hour also changes how the future feels. Instead of anxiety, there is anticipation. Instead of hoping things work out, there is trust in preparation. That shift changes behavior in every area of life. Relationships improve because communication improves. Work improves because skills improve. Health improves because awareness improves. The hidden power of 1 hour lies in its simplicity. It does not demand a new personality. It does not require special talent. It only requires a decision followed by action. That action, repeated daily, becomes a force that is difficult to stop. People often search for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline, practiced in small doses, creates momentum. Momentum creates motivation. The hour becomes easier over time because the benefits become clear. Progress is felt. Pride replaces doubt. This practice also builds independence. Relying on external encouragement keeps people weak. Building a private habit builds inner strength. That strength shows up in hard moments. It shows up when choices matter most. 1 hour a day is not about escaping life. It is about preparing for it. It is about becoming capable, steady, and confident. It is about shaping the future instead of reacting to it. This is how lives change, not through sudden breakthroughs, but through steady, intentional effort. The hour is small enough to manage and strong enough to matter. Those who understand this gain an advantage that compounds over time. The power has always been available. It waits quietly, ready to be used. 1 hour, every day. Over time, it becomes a foundation that supports a life of purpose, growth, and fulfillment. Life is shaped on ordinary days. Not the days filled with celebration, not the days marked by major wins or losses, but the quiet days that seem to pass without importance. These days form the rhythm of a life. They decide direction long before results become visible. Most people overlook this truth because ordinary days do not feel powerful. They feel routine. They feel simple. Yet that simplicity, an extraordinary life, is not built by rare bursts of effort. It is built by what a person does when nothing special is happening. Waking up and choosing to act with intention, showing care in small responsibilities, paying attention to thoughts, habits, and choices. These moments stack quietly, shaping character and destiny without announcement. Many people believe their life will change when circumstances change. They wait for better timing, more money, or less stress. Waiting becomes a lifestyle. Ordinary days continue to pass, unused. The real shift happens when a person decides to bring purpose into those ordinary hours. That decision changes the tone of life itself. Think about how a typical day feels when it is lived on autopilot. The body moves, the mind reacts, and time disappears. At night, there is often a sense that the day slipped away. That feeling builds frustration over time. Ordinary days lived without intention create ordinary results. There is nothing wrong with ordinary results unless someone expects more. Now, consider an ordinary day lived with awareness, the same schedule, the same responsibilities, but a different attitude. There is attention to growth. There is care in how time is spent. There is respect for small promises kept. That day feels fuller. It ends with quiet satisfaction. That feeling compounds. Extraordinary lives are built through ordinary actions repeated with discipline. Reading instead of scrolling, thinking instead of reacting, practicing instead of postponing. These choices do not demand applause. They demand commitment. Over time, they create a person who is prepared when opportunity appears. There is a powerful emotional shift that happens when ordinary days are used well. Confidence grows slowly but steadily. Anxiety fades because preparation replaces uncertainty. The mind feels clearer. The body feels lighter. Even challenges feel different because there is trust in personal ability. Ordinary days also reveal true priorities. What someone does when nothing is urgent shows what matters most. Growth does not compete well with comfort unless it is chosen deliberately. Choosing growth on ordinary days trains the mind to value long-term rewards over short-term ease. There is no need to change everything at once. Change begins with attention. Paying attention to how time is used, paying attention to how thoughts are guided, paying attention to habits that either support growth or quietly drain energy. Awareness creates choice. Choice creates change. Extraordinary outcomes often surprise people because the work behind them looked unremarkable. Small improvements, practiced daily, reshape skills and mindset. Others may not notice the effort at first. They notice later when results become undeniable. That delay is where patience is tested. Ordinary days teach patience, they teach persistence, they teach the value of steady effort. These qualities are essential for lasting success. Quick results fade quickly. Slow growth stays. There is also a sense of peace that comes from honoring ordinary days. Life feels less rushed. There is less regret. Each day feels like a step forward instead of a repeat. That feeling changes how a person carries themselves in the world. Relationships improve when ordinary days are respected. Listening more carefully, speaking with intention, showing appreciation without waiting for special occasions. These actions strengthen trust and connection over time. Strong relationships are built quietly. Work improves for the same reason. Skills sharpen through daily practice. Responsibility is handled with care. Reliability becomes a reputation. Opportunities follow those who are prepared, not those who are waiting. Health also responds to ordinary choices. Small habits repeated daily shape energy levels, focus, and resilience. The body remembers consistency. It responds with strength and balance. Extraordinary lives are not accidents. They are outcomes. Outcomes are shaped by patterns. Patterns are formed on ordinary days. This truth removes excuses and replaces them with responsibility. Responsibility is empowering because it places control back where it belongs. There is a quiet pride that comes from using ordinary days well. It does not need validation. It is felt internally. That pride fuels further effort. Momentum builds. Ordinary days also build trust with oneself. Keeping small commitments strengthens self-belief. Breaking them weakens it. Over time, this trust or lack of it shapes confidence. Confidence influences decisions. Decisions shape life. The world often celebrates dramatic moments. Behind every dramatic moment is a long series of ordinary days used wisely. Understanding this removes the pressure to be extraordinary immediately. It replaces it with permission to be consistent. Consistency is not exciting, but it is powerful. It works even when motivation fades. It works quietly, steadily, and reliably. Those who embrace this truth gain an advantage that does not depend on mood or circumstance. Extraordinary lives are lived by ordinary people who chose to treat ordinary days with respect. They did not wait for inspiration. They acted with intention. They understood that greatness grows from repetition. Every day offers the same gift, time. How that time is used determines the future. Ordinary days are not obstacles. They are the path. Walking that path with purpose changes everything. Discipline is often misunderstood. Many people hear the word and feel tension in their body. It sounds heavy. It sounds restrictive. It sounds like punishment. In reality, discipline is none of those things. Discipline is a form of self-respect in action. It is the quiet decision to do what matters, even when comfort calls louder. It is the bridge between knowing what is right and actually living it. Ideas alone do not change lives. Dreams alone do not move the future. Good intentions without discipline stay trapped in the mind. Discipline is what turns thoughts into behavior. It is what moves plans off paper and into reality. Without it, talent fades. With it, even average ability grows strong. Every person knows more than they practice. That gap between knowledge and action is where frustration lives. Discipline closes that gap. It does not require force, it requires clarity. When the reason is strong enough, the action follows. Discipline grows when purpose is clear. There is a moment each day when discipline is tested. It often feels small. Stay consistent or drift. Focus or distract. Practice or postpone. These moments do not announce themselves. They appear quietly. The choice made in those moments shapes the day, and over time shapes the life. Discipline is not about intensity, it is about reliability. Doing a little, done well, done often. That approach removes pressure and builds confidence. Extreme effort burns people out. Steady effort builds strength. The body adapts, the mind adapts, discipline becomes easier with practice. There is also an emotional reward to discipline. A calm sense of control replaces chaos. Anxiety softens because actions align with values. There is less inner conflict. Decisions become simpler because priorities are clear. This emotional stability is one of discipline's greatest gifts. Many people wait to feel ready before they act. Discipline works the other way around. Action creates readiness. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence fuels further action. Waiting keeps people stuck. Acting moves them forward. Discipline also teaches honesty. Excuses lose their power when discipline is present. Blame fades. Responsibility grows. This shift is empowering. It places control back in the hands of the individual. Control builds confidence. confidence improves performance. There is a physical sensation that comes with disciplined living. Energy feels steadier. Sleep improves. Focus sharpens. The body responds to routine with balance. Discipline supports health without obsession. Small, consistent habits shape long-term well-being. Relationships benefit from discipline as well. Listening instead of interrupting. Showing up when promised. Speaking thoughtfully. These actions build trust. Trust deepens connection. Strong relationships are rarely built by grand gestures. They are built by reliable behavior. Discipline is also the foundation of freedom. This truth surprises many people. Freedom does not come from doing whatever feels good in the moment. That path often leads to limitation. True freedom comes from having options. Options come from preparation. Preparation requires discipline. Financial stability follows the same pattern. Small, disciplined choices made consistently create security. Impulsive decisions create stress. Discipline provides peace of mind. Peace of mind improves decision-making. The cycle reinforces itself. There will be days when discipline feels heavy. That is normal. Those days are not a signal to stop. They are a signal to simplify, shorten the effort, slow the pace, keep the habit alive. Matters more than volume. Discipline does not remove enjoyment from life. It enhances it. Pleasure without discipline often leads to regret. Pleasure with discipline leads to satisfaction. Balance is not found by accident. It is built through conscious choice. There is also growth in discomfort. Discipline asks for short-term discomfort in exchange for long-term gain. This trade builds strength. Avoiding discomfort weakens resilience. Facing it builds confidence. Confidence expands potential. Discipline sharpens identity. A person begins to see themselves differently, reliable, focused, capable. This identity influences future behavior. Actions align with self-image. Growth accelerates. No one is born disciplined. It is learned. It is practiced. It improves with repetition. Small wins build belief. Belief fuels effort. The cycle continues. The bridge between where someone is and where they want to be is built daily. One choice at a time. Discipline lays each plank. Skipping days weakens the bridge. Consistent effort strengthens it. Success is rarely blocked by lack of information. It is blocked by lack of follow-through. Discipline provides that follow-through. It turns intention into reality. Life responds to disciplined effort. Opportunities appear for those who are prepared. Trust is given to those who are reliable. Progress comes to those who persist. Discipline is not harsh. It is supportive. It guides behavior toward values. It aligns action with vision. It transforms potential into performance. This bridge is available to anyone willing to build it. One step at a time. One day at a time. With patience and persistence, discipline carries a person from intention to achievement, from hope to reality, from where they are to where they want to be. Consistency has a quiet rhythm to it. It does not rush. It does not demand attention. It simply keeps going. Many people underestimate it because it feels slow at first. The early days do not show much change. Effort goes in, but results seem distant. This is where most people stop. They mistake silence for failure. In truth, consistency is working even when nothing appears to be happening. Life responds to repeated behavior. Thoughts repeated become beliefs. Actions repeated become habits. Habits repeated become character. Character repeated becomes destiny. This process does not announce itself. It unfolds gradually, almost invisibly, until one day the results are impossible to ignore. Small actions feel harmless, both good and bad. Skipping a day of effort seems insignificant. Making a small improvement feels minor. Over time, these small choices stack. This stacking effect is powerful because it works in one direction or the other. Growth compounds, so does neglect. Consistency removes the need for dramatic motivation. When something becomes routine, it no longer depends on emotion. It becomes part of daily life. This is where real progress lives. Motivation rises and falls. Consistency stays. There is a sense of calm that develops when effort becomes steady. The mind stops racing. Doubt quiets down. There is trust in the process. That trust reduces stress. Instead of worrying about outcomes, attention stays on actions. This shift improves focus and performance. The compound effect rewards patience. Results often arrive later than expected, but they arrive stronger. Skills deepen. Understanding sharpens. Confidence becomes grounded. These are not surface-level changes. They are lasting. Many people chase quick results because they want proof that their effort matters. Consistency teaches a different lesson. Effort always matters, even when proof is delayed. This lesson builds resilience. Resilience allows a person to stay the course when the others quit. Consistency also protects against overwhelm. Big goals can feel intimidating. Daily actions feel manageable. Breaking effort into small, repeatable steps keeps progress moving without exhaustion. This approach preserves energy and enthusiasm. There is a physical aspect to consistency as well. The body adapts to repeated behavior. Strength builds, endurance increases, energy stabilizes. The body prefers rhythm. Consistency provides it. The mind responds the same way. Repeated focus improves concentration. Learning becomes easier. Memory improves. Confidence grows because progress is measurable over time. Consistency creates credibility. People trust those who show up reliably. This trust opens doors. Opportunities often go to those who have proven they can sustain effort. Talent may attract attention. Consistency earns respect. The compound effect also applies to attitude, choosing patience over frustration, choosing effort over excuses, choosing growth over comfort. These mental choices shape experience. Over time, life feels different because perspective changes. There is a quiet pride that comes from consistency. It does not rely on comparison. It comes from knowing promises were kept. This pride strengthens self-belief. Self-belief fuels further effort. Consistency does not demand perfection. Mistakes will happen. Missed days will occur. What matters is returning to the practice. Consistency is about direction, not flawlessness. Getting back on track quickly keeps momentum alive. This approach also reduces fear of failure. When effort is ongoing, a single setback loses power. Progress is not erased by one mistake. This understanding encourages experimentation and learning. The compound effect is fair. It does not play favorites. It responds to action. Anyone willing to apply consistent effort gains its benefits. This fairness is empowering. It removes excuses and replaces them with responsibility. Over time, consistency reshapes identity. A person begins to see themselves as someone who follows through. This identity influences choices automatically. Actions align with self-image. Growth accelerates. Many people look back and wonder how others achieved so much. The answer is rarely dramatic. It is found in daily routines practiced over long periods. Consistency does the heavy lifting quietly. There's also peace in knowing that progress is happening even when it is not visible. This peace reduces anxiety. It allows enjoyment of the present without obsession over the future. Consistency teaches humility. It reminds people that mastery takes time. It encourages respect for the process. This humility keeps learning alive. Life becomes more predictable in a positive way. Effort leads to improvement. Improvement leads to opportunity. Opportunity leads to growth. This pattern builds trust in oneself and in the future. The compound effect does not require talent, luck, or perfect conditions. It requires commitment to repeat simple actions. Commitment is within reach. When consistency is embraced, time becomes an ally instead of an enemy. Days work for growth instead of against it. The future begins to feel secure because preparation is ongoing. This is how small actions turn into big outcomes, not through force, but through faith in the process. Not through speed, but through persistence. Consistency, applied patiently, multiplies effort and transforms potential into reality. The future is not a distant place waiting by accident. It is being shaped quietly every single day. Most people think of the future as something that suddenly arrives. In truth, it is being built moment by moment through choices that seem small at the time. The way a person thinks today, the way time is used today, the way effort is applied today, all travel forward and become tomorrow's reality. There is something powerful about realizing the future is not guessing. It is preparation. Fear of the future usually comes from lack of preparation. Confidence about the future comes from knowing effort is being invested right now. That confidence changes posture, tone, and decisions. It creates calm where anxiety used to live. Many people hope the future will be kinder than the present. Hope alone is fragile. Preparation is solid. When preparation is part of daily life, the future stops feeling threatening. It begins to feel welcoming. There is a quiet belief that whatever comes can be handled because growth has been happening all along. The future responds to readiness. Opportunities do not announce themselves far in advance. They show up suddenly. Those who are ready step forward. Those who are not watch them pass. Readiness is not built in emergencies. It is built in private moments of discipline and consistency. There is a deep emotional shift when someone starts living with the future in mind. Regret loses its grip. Blame fades. Responsibility feels lighter because it brings control. Control builds confidence. Confidence creates courage. Courage leads to action. The future also reflects identity. People move toward what they believe they deserve. When self-respect grows through daily effort, expectations rise. Standards improve. Choices become wiser. This internal shift quietly reshapes destiny. Time moves forward whether it is used well or not. That truth can feel heavy or empowering. When time is used with intention, it becomes a partner. When it is wasted, it becomes a source of regret. The difference is not talent. It is awareness. The future is built by habits long before it is experienced by results. Financial stability, strong relationships, meaningful work, and inner peace do not appear suddenly. They are the outcome of repeated behavior. Understanding this removes confusion and replaces it with clarity. There is comfort in knowing the future does not require perfection. It requires direction. Small corrections made consistently keep progress moving forward. Even slow progress builds momentum. Momentum changes everything. The future also listens to how someone treats the present. Careless living creates fragile outcomes. Intentional living creates strength. Strength creates options. Options create freedom. Many people fear failure in the future. Failure is not the real threat. Stagnation is. Growth protects against fear. Learning protects against failure. Effort protects against regret. There is a sense of dignity that comes from preparing for the future. It shows respect for life itself. It says tomorrow matters. It says potential is worth developing. That dignity is felt internally. It does not depend on record. The future also brings responsibility. What is built will be lived in. Neglect creates discomfort later. Effort creates ease later. This cause and effect relationship is fair and predictable. It rewards those who act early. Preparation also builds patience. Results may take time. That time is not wasted. It is working behind the scenes. Skills are forming. Confidence is growing. Understanding deepens. When results arrive, they feel earned. The future is not impressed by excuses. It responds to action. It does not negotiate with intentions. It honors effort. This truth is liberating. because it places power in the hands of the individual. There is also joy in anticipating a future built with care, not anxiety, not pressure, but quiet excitement. The feeling that progress is unfolding. That feeling adds energy to daily life. The future does not require sacrificing the present, it requires investing in it. Enjoyment and preparation can coexist. Balance comes from awareness, not extremes. Those who prepare for the future live differently. They listen more carefully. They choose words more thoughtfully. They act with purpose. Life feels richer because attention is sharper. The future also forgives mistakes when learning follows. Growth does not demand a perfect past. It responds to improved behavior. Every day offers a chance to adjust direction. There is strength in knowing the future is not random. It is responsive. It reacts to effort. This understanding builds hope grounded in action, not wishful thinking. One day, the future becomes the present. When that day arrives, preparation speaks louder than words. Confidence replaces fear, gratitude replaces regret, pride replaces doubt. The future is waiting, not passively but patiently. It waits for effort. It waits for discipline. It waits for consistency. Those who answer that call quietly shape lives of meaning and strength. Time will move forward, that is certain. What it carries forward is a choice: growth or neglect, preparation or regret. The future does not demand everything. It asks for something done well, repeated daily. Those who understand this live with purpose. They walk steadily. They build quietly. When the future arrives, it feels familiar because it has been prepared for all along. Life eventually reveals a simple truth. The direction it takes is not decided by chance. It is shaped by daily choices that seem small while they are happening. The future does not arrive as a surprise. It arrives as a result. There is no need to rush after this moment. There is no need to feel pressure to change everything at once. What matters is understanding that time is already being spent. Which spent? The only real decision is how it will be used from here forward. 1 hour a day is not a burden. It is a gift, a chance to invest instead of drift. Those who choose this path do not become different overnight. They become stronger quietly, more confident steadily, more prepared daily. Over time, they look back and realize life began to shift the moment they started respecting small efforts. This approach builds pride without noise. It builds confidence without ego. It builds success without chaos. The rewards show up in clearer thinking, calmer emotions, better choices, and a deeper sense of control over life's direction. The world does not reward intentions. It responds to behavior. It does not respond to hope alone. It responds to preparation. Every hour invested in growth sends a signal forward. That signal shapes what returns later. One day the results appear, not suddenly, but solidly. And in that moment, there is no regret about the time spent. Only gratitude for the decision to begin when it mattered most. Time will move forward. That is certain. What it carries with it is a choice: growth or delay, direction or drift. 1 hour a day, used with purpose, becomes a quiet force that changes a life forever. The decision is simple. The impact is lasting.